It was a Tuesday morning in April 2021, just 3 days before Blake Shelton was set to marry Gwen Stefani. On his sprawling Oklahoma ranch, a curious envelope appeared in the mailbox. No stamp, no return address, just a Nashville postmark and a wax seal that looked far too official for casual correspondence. The ranch manager found it wedged between a tractor catalog and a water bill, and immediately called Blake, who was in Los Angeles filming The Voice. Blake's first message to Gwen wasn't romantic. It was a warning: don't open any mail today. Seriously, just don't. Of course, Gwen did exactly what humans do when curiosity calls. 47 minutes later, she tore the envelope open and discovered not just a letter, but a blueprint for heartbreak she hadn't anticipated. 12 bullet points, all caps, typed on an old-fashioned typewriter. And at the bottom, 3 words in blue ink: "You deserve better." The list was precise and brutal. A catalog of patterns Gwen had already started noticing: whiskey left in coffee mugs, during morning interviews, late-night Googling of exes' names, a Montana ranch purchased without telling her. And then the 10th item shook her to her core. He'll create a secret contact in his phone, usually a woman's initial, not a mistress, but someone who knows where all the bodies are buried. Memories of a mysterious M flashing on Blake's phone during their anniversary dinner came flooding back. He'd laughed it off as a manager, but the angle of the phone, the hesitation, suggested concealment. That night, Gwen broke her own rule and scrolled through his contacts. Mandy Moore, not the actress, a consultant from Blake's God's Country video shoot in Vegas. 2019. The postscript instructed her to check the MGM Grand charges from March 17th. A $3,200 American Express charge, no receipt, listed as work-related. A call to the hotel confirmed Mandy's presence, but not for a video consultation. She'd been scouting locations for a Hallmark movie. Blake's silence over the phone was deafening. Neither denial nor confession, just the weight of unspoken truths. Gwen spent the night immersed in the letter. 3 behaviors seemed to define the hidden architecture of Blake's patterns: hiding whiskey in coffee mugs, buying property without consultation, and creating secret contacts. By dawn, she called the wedding planner, trembling, and asked to postpone the ceremony. Vendors were canceled. For 24 hours, the most high-profile celebrity wedding of 2021 was officially off. Blake did not argue. He waited quietly. His only message: "I'm in the main house. When you're ready." Negotiations unfolded over whispered confessions and coffee. Blake admitted to the existence of patterns, not specifics, and acknowledged Miranda Lambert had seen things he wasn't proud of, filtered through her own anger. When Gwen asked about the Vegas charge, he confirmed it. When asked about Mandy Moore, he laughed uneasily, claiming he barely remembered her. By mid-afternoon, after promises of transparency, the wedding was back on. But the energy had shifted. It was no longer a fairy tale, it was a treaty. The 12 bullet points weren't accusations. They were observations, subtle behaviors that, when seen together, painted a clearer picture of Blake's behavioral patterns: late nights with no explanation, mood swings from warm to distant. Noise to avoid silence. Stories with missing details, disappearing days. Unpredictable moods. Jokes that deflect, questions, emotional debt, shadows of past relationships. Secret contacts in his phone, promises of improvement. Everything seems fine until it isn single quotes t. Gwen recognized several immediately. She also realized that the most dangerous thing wasn't the behaviors themselves. It was the pattern. Soon, old behaviors resurfaced. Blake became quiet, distant, and unreachable, brushing it off as exhaustion. But Gwen noticed. She saw the same patterns Miranda had warned about years earlier. Fan pages resurfaced old clips. Blogs whispered about recurring behaviors, and cryptic posts appeared online. Some men repeat their cycles. Doesn't matter who they love, the pattern always returns if the wound never healed. Nobody mentioned Blake by name, but Gwen knew. She realized the letter wasn't just a personal warning, it was a guide. It connected her to a system Miranda had quietly curated over years. Gwen investigated the postscript, the secret contacts and Vegas charges. The $3,200 charge, the meetings with women involved in work. The timing aligned with Miranda Lambert's career milestones. Blake's phone revealed a network of initials M, a K, R, all professional contacts functioning as backup plans. The pattern wasn't accidental. It was intentional. A behavioral architecture allowing him to maintain charm, loyalty, and professionalism publicly while quietly shielding himself from accountability. Miranda had been observing this for years. She tracked these behaviors, sent subtle anonymous warnings, and offered protective advice. Public perception initially painted her as obsessive, but her intentions were protective. Gwen finally reached out in October 2024. "I'm presenting. Wear something gold. Let's give them something to talk about." Miranda's reply, finally, on the red carpet. They walked together, mirrored in gold. Cameras flashed, live streams crashed, and social media erupted. Backstage, Miranda explained the origin of the letter, not just protection for Gwen, but a blueprint preventing Gwen from becoming like Miranda herself. The postscript about the Vegas charges? Entirely Miranda's addition. A system of observation, documentation, and guidance became public, reshaping the narrative. Gwen and Miranda formalized their observations. They helped women exit situations marked by subtle manipulation, created a legal fund to support those bound by NDA letters, and turned private warnings into a blueprint for empowerment. Social media amplified their message. "We don't compete where we don't compare" became a mantra of solidarity, awareness, and collective vigilance. The letters and warnings became lighthouses, illuminating behaviors that often go unnoticed, patterns that can ripple across relationships and industries where charm masks intention. This isn't just a celebrity story. It's about recognizing behavioral patterns, understanding manipulation, and acting on warnings when others might dismiss them as drama. The envelope. The 12 red flags, the Vegas charges, they were tools of foresight, bridges of protection built from experience. Gwen and Miranda transformed courage into collective empowerment. The story shows that vigilance, solidarity, and documentation matter, that patterns of manipulation cannot remain invisible when observed and shared. And the ultimate lesson: sometimes the most profound power isn't confrontation or spectacle. It's quiet observation, careful documentation, and courage. Because when truth is recognized, patterns are understood, and women stand together, empowerment spreads far beyond what anyone could have imagined. The letters, warnings, and alliances aren't just celebrity gossip. They're lighthouses guiding anyone navigating relationships, teaching us to trust what we see, honor what we feel, and act with courage when patterns demand attention. Gwen and Miranda's story is proof that private courage, combined with shared knowledge, can transform lives, and that's a story worth telling.